and researched with Isaac Darlington. Wow, it's Wednesday, the 21st of February, another episode of Unresearched. It's amazing how time moves. It's wow. It's just wow. Phones, relationships, and time. I want us to talk about that a bit, Not so long, just a few minutes, about 5 minutes. I think those will be more than enough. Should there be a time limit to when we receive calls? I'm talking about, for example, a person that has had a busy day. You've had to carry your work home. You're seated, having some time with your partner, and yet somehow you can't shake off the fact that you still receive these late night calls. Sometimes it's about work. Sometimes it's about family. You might be with your partner, but then the only free time you really get to have a conversation with your partner, with your family, is when you're at home, and that is still very late. You've left your office probably 9, 8, maybe even 6, but then somehow the phone calls keep following. We are very, very busy people. Needless to say, the economy, our work and stuff like that just pushes us to constantly be working. You're at home. You still have a deadline to beat. You have an email to send. You have a client to talk to, right? So you're thinking, how do I balance this? How do I balance my work time? How do I balance the time at home with my family? How do I balance all of these things? That is the conversation. There is a huge number of relationships that fail due to lack of communication and lack of presence. It's possible to be in a place and still not be present in that place or within that time, simply because your mind is elsewhere. You're busy. Where's your mind? Well, it could be on the laptop. You have an email. It could be... And here's the thing. Sometimes you're innocently just trying to put some food on the table, and you end up ignoring everything and everybody else. Your family, your kids, your wife. It could be that maybe you're still staying home. You're working, but you're staying home. You're a lady, and so you ignore your mom, your dad. You're constantly on the phone. With this ever evolving technology, you're home, but you're not home. So there is this huge number of relationships that have failed simply because of failure to create time. Yes, the money is needed. Yes, you're a doctor. Sometimes you have to be ready to pick up the phone at any one time. You have that emergency. But it is important for the people that are immediate, the people that are close to you, to feel that their presence is valuable to you. It's important for a man or a woman to ensure that their presence is felt when they're at home. We've had instances, like I work in the media, so I've had stories of people that get serious issues in their relationships, in their marriage, simply because of a late night call. This man just won't leave his laptop. He's carrying his work back home. He doesn't have time for us. I think he's no longer thinking about us. And sometimes, in all honesty, the man is just trying to make ends meet. But, ends up missing out on very important parts of his child's life. For example, maybe a child's visitation, a child's, soccer game, stuff like that, So I think it's important to just sort of find this clear balance where work time is work time and family time is family time and you time is you time. So here's the thing. Sometimes we create time for everything and everybody else and don't have time for ourselves. We can understand if you say, no, I'm too busy to have time for family. Okay. All right. But do you have time for yourself? So we're constantly on a chase. We're constantly in a run and constantly ignore things or the people that mean the most to us, and remember when it's a little bit too late. So, Unresearched here, Isaac Darlington here, just to say, let's find that balance. Work, the people that love you and the people that you love, and then you. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. You cannot love another person until you learn to truly appreciate who you are and learn to love yourself. And then let that love channel out to your family, to your friends, and to the rest. And this is another episode of Unresearched with Isaac Darlington.